I started coming to Wendy about 10 years ago. And when I first met her, was, it was after I was in a bad car accident. I had to have an artificial disc replaced. I was living in California, but after my car accident, I had a dark night of the soul where I lost my job, I lost my home, I had no money. I was living in my parents' basement, and I met her and I went to her for psychic training. 10 years later, I've had a successful career as an environmental lawyer, and now I live in Mexico. I'm transitioning to my life in Mexico. I'm married now with a stepdaughter and just loving life in paradise in Mexico. So my life has completely shifted through her work. I started looking for a psychic teacher. I went to her for psychic development at first. Ever since I was a teenager, I've had these very vivid psychic dreams where, I had a dream that my brother got into a car accident, a really bad car accident, and a week later it happened. I have dreams, I had a job interview and I had a dream that the interviewer wanted to delay it until 10:30 in the morning. And then sure enough, an hour later, I wake up and she wanted to delay it until 10:30 in the morning. Like I'm constantly receiving psychic dreams and information, so I know it's real. But the first few psychics that I went to, they were con artists, complete scam artists. So I didn't know who to trust. But then after my dark night of the soul, and I had my own car accident, I knew I just had this inner longing, yearning to learn more about how to train myself about these abilities. And so I went to the psychic school in Seattle and I got a free student reading. And in that class, the facilitator, the teacher, was Wendy. And the students said a few things that were interesting, but then at the end, Wendy stopped the reading and she looked at me like she was staring into my soul, and she told me she had a vision of me in my parents' basement and afraid to go out on my own. And I had never met this woman. This is the first time I had ever seen her in my life. And instantly I knew Wendy's the real deal. I want to learn from her. So immediately, I didn't even have the money at the time, but she helped facilitate a way that I started attending her classes, and it was so much more than psychic development. They really, really, really changed my life. The foundational classes, grounding, cosmic energies, all of it. And then I advanced to actually the psychic training, but I actually flunked out of psychic school because I didn't do all of the required attendance. But afterwards, we kept in touch, and I've attended her women's groups. I've gone on retreats. I've attended another smaller group, and I will just follow Wendy to the end of the world. Like, she is the real deal. So that is why I started working with Wendy.